don't remember when, in and out of consciousness. While others might be stressing out, we rely on a facade to help us out.
Hey guys, how are you guys doing, man? Yes, I've not been streaming for a bit. I'm back. Yes, the voice. Yeah! Man, I had to rest the voice. Man. Hey, Sam, man, how are you? I had to give the voice a big break because I had issues with there were big issues. I just found it very difficult to have long conversations. Even a conversation for like 15 to 20 minutes, I'd struggle. So the best thing to do, rest the voice. That's it. Give it a break. And I'm happy. Life is good, man. Life is as good as it can be. Yeah. So I'm happy. My son is not feeling well. So he's been on antibiotics for a while. He's got a nose infection. And when they're 2 years old and you try to give them medicine, it's like he's little Hulk. So he does not like me giving him medicine. So it was very, very challenging. But other than that, it's been good. Been paying a lot of attention to what's been happening with Football Manager 21. We're going to be talking about it before I start the stream. The weekend's football action. How about Frank Lampard, man? Frank Lampard finally produced a match where they were defending. It was crazy. I was watching the game and I was like thinking to myself, this is just I wouldn't say it's bizarre, but maybe finally they've learned how to defend. So it was a very boring game. It's like Mourinho suddenly showed up in Lampard's dressing room. And to all that, I mean, if you guys are familiar, because Mourinho was also in the studio, and he basically didn't have anything very much nice to say about the way Chelsea was playing. Yeah, it was hilarious, man. I mean, getting Mourinho's insight into the game, and then looking at what's happening with Chelsea. But I have to admit, Southampton were damn good over the weekend. They played so well. They beat Everton, who some people might say Everton didn't show up, but credit where credit is due. Southampton played a very good game of football. And, my earlier prediction that Fulham is not going to be staying in the Premiership. Man, they're going to be on the fastest ticket out of the Premiership. I mean, they gone up there, they're going to collect the parachute payments, go down and go, hey, man, we got some extra money for building our stadium. I mean, if you watched when they panned off to the stands, you can see the work that's being done there, Craven Cottage. So I don't think they had one nice goal, but Fulham don't look like they have a plan. Unlike Leeds were absolutely phenomenal. I mean, Leeds are playing above themselves. I mean, it's a bit premature to go and say Bamford should be playing for England when you got all those other players waiting. Players like Harry Kane. So it's a bit difficult for Bamford to get a call up. I mean, there's Danny Ings as well. Danny Ings is playing such a fantastic role as a link-up striker. So if there's anybody that they want to bring along, it'd probably be another I think Danny Ings deserves it as well. Oh, my missus was so happy. I had time. I mean, we went out. She's like, you're not streaming? I look after my voice. So she can accompany me. So we had some very nice evenings where I didn't speak. So I became such a phenomenal husband. The guys, the problem with men. Whenever your girlfriend tells you she needs to talk and she has got an issue or she wants to talk about something, we feel like we need to fix it, so we keep interrupting them. So because of my voice, I kept quiet, so I became the perfect listener. So which is cool. Made her happy. So she was talking and she had a fantastic time. Was really good. But also I was also working on the book for FM21. So FM21's book is going to be, I don't expect to see, this is what I don't expect to see in FM21. Okay, so before you guys go jumping out there and kicking SI's butt and whatever, let's talk about what they have to fix. The match engine, right? those wide. Okay, FM20. There's an obvious exploit. I didn't want to talk about it because of the, I just want to keep it to myself for a long time. But the obvious problem with FM20 is the wide positions, because players can arrive unmarked for all kinds of things. Oh man, they come in unmarked for a lot of things. Like, free kicks come in unmarked. They come in unmarked a lot, right? So if you know how to create a tactic which exploits the attacking down the flanks, and like you're armed outers, you're inside forwards, if you know how to exploit that, you can do pretty well. So that was the problem for FM20, and because they don't have too many complicated features to release, right? They don't have a new training module. It's the same one, right? As far as I can tell. Then because there's no news on it, right? So I'll assume it's the same one. And then we've got small little hints from Miles about ratings being changed and stuff. So the way I look at it, right? So this is what I see. Because of the tone of SI and the way they've been talking, what I expect to see from FM21 is they want to up the realism factor. Now, this is going to be good for players like me, right? Guys like me who don't like to use the search window. I absolutely abhor using the search window. Why? Because I feel like I'm cheating, right? I mean, I know everybody has a different way of playing, and everybody should have the right to play the way they want to. So for me, personally speaking, I always felt like, oh man, there's no other way for me to play. I don't want to go there, right? I just wish there was a way. People just come up to me and just tell me what the recommendations are. Like, I want to have like the kind of a tribunal where they offer players, they look at potential signings. That's what I want. I want something that makes it a bit more harder, so I don't feel like I have to game the system. Okay, recruitment meetings. That's a new feature for FM21. And for me, the way I look at it, the way I see it, I think it's a good addition. And it's gonna suit those kind of guys out there who like to play the game like me, right? It won't suit. I mean, I've gone past that phase where, I went through the phase as well. You want to sign all the high PA, CA players. I did that. But honestly speaking, there are some very, very good players out there who don't have to have high PA or high CA. You look at the attributes. If they have the right attributes and the right players, you definitely can play the game. You can outperform with them. So the notion that you need very high PA and a very high CA to overachieve in this game is it's easy mode football. I mean, that's for me. I don't know about you guys, but that's how I feel. I like the challenge of taking a bunch of average nobodies and making them win the Champions League. I mean, so they don't win. I like that now more than anything else. So the way I see what Sports Interactive have done is that they've tried to add the realism factor, right? To bring the realism factor. You see, I haven't been doing streaming for a long time. My mouth is dripping over itself. What else do we know? The hearts. You notice the heart condition. They've obviously removed percentages, which is fine for me because I read a thread on the forums where the guy was talking. Now I can't replace somebody if he's 92%. I don't like to play anybody who's not at 91%. I'm like, good dude, you can play them at 85. Why do you need to play them? What's going on? So I'm thinking to myself, this is good, because then people are going to stop going into this. If you see because I'm very sure they will have different states for the heart. That's the only way I can explain it. Green, maybe a bit of yellow, and lighter shade of yellow, and maybe a red. So if you see green go to red, then you take him off, obviously, because it must be a big injury. So I like that. And so what does this all mean? It means that SI actually have time to focus on the match engine, right? Okay. For me, the match engine in FM21 exploited wide play. Okay. It exploited runs from wider areas. So much so that you can have fullbacks scoring off free kicks all the time. Right. I didn't mention this, but if you have a fullback on attack, I mean, we had quite a few people coming on the stream, right? So I was keeping quiet, and I know that somebody mentioned it. I kept quiet as well, but it's true. If you have a fullback on attack on a let's say even wide free kick, right? So you're doing a wide free kick settings, and you don't bring your fullback, you leave your fullback alone, and he's playing on an attack duty. that fullback is going to come in and score. Right? Other things you could have done to make things even more interesting is like give him a higher mentality, which will come from the overlap, right? So that wide free kick where people come in unmarked, it's been there since FM12, man. So it's like my pet bane. I know that I'm not the only one who's been complaining about it. I know there's another SI staffer who's been complaining about it. We both laugh about it, So every edition of Football Manager, we're both looking at the same thing, and we're both going like, okay, it's gonna happen again. Is this wide free kick happening again? So those are areas they have to fix, right? Okay, what about the central attacking play, right? Okay, now the problem in FM20 is that there's only one real way to do it, which is a pain in the ass, right? You want to focus your play through the middle, you got to play narrow all the time. So it's very, very annoying because you got to go to your team and go, hey, I want to attack through the middle, okay? But there hasn't been that, central attacking plays haven't been that fantastic. But, it can happen. But it hasn't been happening very, very often in FM20. So hoping that gets fixed. So those are the things that I think they can focus on. And if they focus on that, then we revert everything back, right? We roll everything back. So let's assume we got recruitment meetings that give it a bit more realism. That's fine. I don't have to use the player search anymore. I can just go for a meeting and they give me recommendations. And apparently, I know that there's an issue with Director of Football, right? The Club Vision. Remember what I kept moaning about? That he doesn't follow sometimes they don't follow the transfer and the wage budget, and sometimes they come with some ridiculous recommendations that don't seem to fit in well. Well, I had a chat with somebody and they said that is something that they were going to look at, right? So, okay, so that was not too bad. So whether or not it gets fixed in FM21, I don't know. But if it does get fixed, then it's phenomenal. That means I don't need to use a player search window anymore. You know how big that is for me? For me, I don't know about you, but for me it's big. Because then I can play a game where I start the season, they do an analysis of my team. Hopefully that's how it works. Okay, they do it. They tell me, okay, you have a problem in this position. We recommend these players. Now that would be so cool, wouldn't it? So I want that. Because I'm a lazy old man. I don't want to search. Just tell me who to sign. That's it. And I'll evaluate the 5 players. I don't want to go through the search window. Yes, I'm lazy. I'm getting old. I want this game to be more attuned to lazy people like me. But I want a bit more realism as well, right? Like, okay, what other factors can come in? So the way I look at it, okay, so I saw recruitment meetings. I think that's going to be huge for me. I don't know about you guys. I know some of you are going, oh man, it's just a scouting center. But come on, the scouting center, does it even tell you? Okay, the scouting center makes the most anal recommendations sometimes, right? I mean, I go to the scouting center. Sometimes the scouting center comes out with recommendations. I don't want to sign these players. Why? Because they got nothing to do with my club vision. Like, my club vision says, go sign young players, and I got a whole bunch of old farts there. So that was the problem. That's the problem with the scouting center. I think the scouting center is nearly as good as it can be. Okay, so we fixed that one. So they fixed that. Okay, let's assume they fixed that, right? So if they can fix that, what else is left? Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Okay, all right. The elephant in the room that I am not too happy about is stadium design. I'm not talking about me going in there and becoming Mr. Stadium Manager. I don't want that. I want the stadiums in a lower league football to reflect lower league football. I play, like, one of the clubs that is in the game is Sarawak, right? In the Malaysian league. Okay. I've been to their stadium. One of the clubs, right? One of the clubs, they don't have a stand. They only have one stand made of concrete. That's about it. The rest doesn't exist. Right? They got a field. They got 2 goalposts. They don't even have a tunnel. I mean, the players come out of a tunnel. Yeah, they come out of a tunnel, one tunnel. Everybody comes out of one tunnel. They don't have a picnic stand. Okay. So I'm like thinking to myself, well, wouldn't it be good if some of the lower league stadiums were a bit better? Now, there's been calls by the community to allow mods to happen, right? The problem with mods is this, okay? let's talk about processing speed in the game. Have you ever FM20 right now? If somebody will send me a save with like about 20 leagues loaded and I'm running a bloody beast of a machine, I get very annoyed with the load up times. Now, can you imagine what would happen if we allowed people to mod stadium designs? Two things are going to happen. One, people are going to get sued. Because some smart jackass out there is probably gonna this is the total replication of Borussia Dortmund Stadium, and just what has happened to Matthias Suk lately, right? Matthias is FM scribe, right? So he was talking about Borussia Dortmund. So he had the images of Borussia Dortmund, and they actually went and put a lock on his Twitter account. Can you imagine what's gonna happen? So you can't go out there and do mod designs for stadiums. It just doesn't work, man. You put on Milan jersey on, but no Milan safe. I know. I just felt like wearing the Milan jersey. We're gonna do Forest, man. Milan away, another thing. Discipline draw. Yeah, that was a good match, right? It was a good match. I think it was a. I mean, I won't say it's a. Sorry, it wasn't a good match because it was definitely not entertaining. Because I fell asleep. Okay, honestly, I was watching the game like this. I was going like, oh God, can you please have a shot on goal? Please have a shot, because this is a defensive masterclass. But it's for Asians watching the game at like 2 a.m. in the morning. It's like, damn, we need fire, steel, and shots, man. Hey, bloody hell, these guys are just defending. Straight away, I switched the channel. Avengers, assemble! And that was a lot better. So I switched over to watching just the scene, Avengers Assemble. That's it. But no, man, they can do a definite. I thought they play. I mean, look, Lampard is in trouble. If Lampard doesn't get his results sorted before, I already said this, right? If Chelsea do not end up in the Champions League spots by January, Lampard is gone. Mark my words. There's no way they're going to keep him. Anything on beating Liverpool in the first few seasons of FM, I just find them difficult. Yeah, they're tough to play. You got to take the game to them. You can't be defensive. What you want to do is watch my Marcelo Bielsa video, Joshua Hackney. So essentially what I do with against Liverpool, and I did it with Milan in our first season when we were in the Champions League, and I had to defeat Liverpool at Anfield, right? We had to actually come back. We had to score 3 goals on the day and to kick them out of the Champions League, right? So what did I do, which was different from my strategy at home? I actually employed the Bielsa strat that I talk about, which is essentially man marking, using my wide players to man mark their 2 fullbacks. The moment I did that, the game was over for them. Yeah, they couldn't attack me anymore. So, but then, I had to wait for the appropriate time to release those 2 from marking duty. So I only released 1 guy. In fact, I kept my right guy marking Andy Robertson the whole game, because Andy Robertson is a bit more stable. I won't say stable, but defensively is a bit better than TAA, Trent Alexander-Arnold. So I actually unleashed the left where Trent Alexander-Arnold was also playing. In the end, they had yellow cards. So we actually took the game to them after that. So yeah. So I would suggest that you find a way to mark them and then play a game. Like I played a 4-1-4-1 against them and we did pretty well. Against a team like Liverpool in the game, you don't want to give them the flanks, right? So you have to fight them on the flanks. So if you're playing a narrow diamond, you're going to struggle. So you got to be very careful. Yeah, they had no creativity. They just didn't want to concede a goal, man. Arsenal, yesterday. They were just so boring, right, to watch. I mean, not Arsenal. Arsenal also lost, right, didn't they? Jamie Vardy, off an injury, comes in and scores a goal. What Arsenal need is time for Arteta to get his players in. And with Ozil, well, they reduced the cost of keeping Ozil by £35,000 a week. So they don't have to pay him match performance bonuses, right? So, man, still it's a joke, man, what's happening at Arsenal. I mean, I don't know what. The mistake they made with Ozil was giving him that £350,000 per week contract. Ever since he had been on that contract, I mean, it was the same time they had to release Alexis Sanchez, right? So Alexis Sanchez and Ozil wanted big contracts. They should just let them go. But now they are saddled with having to pay him £350,000 per week. They reduced that somewhat by $35,000 by not registering him for the Champions League or even playing him in the Premier League, so he doesn't collect the performance bonuses. But neither side is in breach of a contract. So they keep on doing this until they were. So it's a I don't know. It's a war of attrition, I guess, because whoever decides to terminate the contract first is gonna be in breach of contract. So unless they do a mutual agreement, that's the only way it's gonna work. Yeah, the voice is better. The throat is a lot better now. But once again, like I'll watch the stream, see how it goes, and then I miss streaming. So, and I miss, like, my games all stop when I stream. Like, especially as Forest, like I only play it when I'm streaming. I don't even play it offline. Yeah, I might have to do that going forward. Exactly, Badok, you're right. There's no reason why people. I don't like. Like, okay, for me, one of my favorite players in the game is Danilo Cataldi. Very consistent, but he's only a 2-star player. Damn good. See, the thing here is this, right? All you gotta do is pay attention to the attribute spread. If you pay attention to the attribute spread, you're usually fine. And of course, things like bad player traits, because player traits play such a big part now in the game. You'll be doing a beta save with Spurs. You'll be handing transfers and contracts to do. Yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, I like the idea of doing that as well. Like handing over to a committee, right? I want to do it's possible. I think that for FM21, you will be able to do like the tribunal save, where the only players you can sign are those that get recommended through the tribunal, right? But that also means you cannot control scouting. You have to hand over scouting responsibilities. You cannot touch scouting as well. So this is going to be very interesting. Hey, Godspurs, how are you, man? I saw, your pictures of the game. That was cool. I love them. There was some fantastic pictures coming in from pitch side, from your boys who are playing the game. Would love to see a Mesut Ozil back in action. Yeah, it's a pity, right, Mesut Ozil? I think that is a player that has got so much going for him that, it's a real pity, though, that Mesut Ozil hasn't, I don't know. I just feel sorry for the player and the club, I guess. Okay, so here we are, man. It is time. Let's see what we can do. All right, so we're going to be continuing with this save. So far, I'm just going through the motions right now. In a sense, I want to talk about what I expect to see fixed, right, when I'm playing this game, right? So, like, certain things in this game, there are certain things I want to see get fixed. For example, right, these wide areas, they're so easy to exploit in the game at the moment. Of course, you need the right players. Right? If you have the right players, they always come in unmarked. Well, the problem with Ozil is, I've seen Ozil press. I think at the end of the day, the problem for the club was they made a mistake with his wages. That's all. They should not. What the heck? You come on and you straight away get a knock. Straight away he gets a knock, man. Oh man, this is fast. What is he? That was fast. Look at that knock, man. He's gone to 80% overall condition. I got Matty Cash and Ben Watson. Ben Watson, if I lose him, I'm in trouble. My season is over, man. Yeah, that was the second. Did they look? Oh, shish kebabs. This is not good. Immediately I drop everything down because I'm not generating very many shots. Right. I have to take control of the game. Look at that, 56% possession versus their 45% possession. Plus one of my players has already got knocked. So what I'm doing is just trying to control the game a bit more in terms of possession numbers. Or at least not try and lose the ball so much. Oh, you see my set piece routine? That was a big problem. I only had 2 guys back. Come on, boys. Oh, shish kebabs. Look at them battling away, man. The best game last weekend. Oh, yeah, that was great, right? 13-0 Ajax. I saw the game. I was like, holy cow, this is goals galore, man. That was a great game. That was a fantastic game. Okay, we got to take him off. I got to protect Ben Watson at all costs. The other thing I've done is move Matty Cash into a segundo volante position. See that? Look at that. Wait at this game. That was the plan, right? I want to see whether I can retrain him to be a segundo volante. But I think he's got a pass in him, right? So, and then we got our top striker Nuno da Costa is injured. Oh, we got ourselves a penalty. Change player. Okay, Tao Walker. What's his composure? 12. That's not too bad, but I haven't been training him. This guy, no. We'll just keep on with our striker. Don't miss, please. Don't make me regret this. I didn't check his technique. Oh, yeah, he's buried it. Okay. So see the difference? What did I do? Yeah, it's take control of the game, right? So things like this, at the moment, it's pretty straightforward. The game is very, very predictable. You want to take control of the game, there's certain instructions that you depend on. Like here, I'm using focus play out defense, fairly narrow. So I use this to control the game. Here, early crosses, I can remove this to keep possession of the ball a bit more. Oh no. Speaking of which, Lolly is... I can't afford to lose all these players. Zach Clower, come on. Oh, look at the slow man go there. Oh, that's it. Loader, don't score. Loader! Oh, man. Whatever you do, don't change your mentality. I'm not changing my mentality. Alright. Okay. Got 6.8. We got one here. We got a yellow card on the left flank. So guess what? Oh, man. That's too slow, right? I'm playing on key highlight, so there's not much room for me to make mistakes. I made a mistake there. Gotta take this guy off. Last guy. That's it. Hopefully we can come back with another goal. My set piece routines, near post. That's just a pity. Gotta do a lot better than that. We lost the first guy is Ben Watson. Our number one striker is not available. We've lost one midfielder. We've lost one central defender. So I'm injury stricken, man. I got too many guys out injured. Our number one defender is not available. That's a Figueiredo something. That's his name. Yeah. Okay. Push for it. Should I go for it? There's not much time left, right? Okay. They've gone wide. They're playing this formation. So I'm going to try and go down the flanks. Hopefully this works. I'm not going to focus play to the middle. Whoa! My defender has fallen asleep. The left back fell asleep. He fell asleep. That's just poor defending. Look at that. Look at this, right? Look at what it is. This is a central defender, in fact. Yeah, he's gone. The problem is the left back wasn't even there. Right? So the central defender came out. So this was the left back's screw up. Left back wasn't even there, man. So the central defender came out to help defend and we got screwed. Oh, that's it. Oh, he missed a golden chance. A golden chance. Oh man, this is terrible. Lost a Reading. But also look at the injuries that we had. We are suffering right now in terms of the players that are available to us. The only thing I'm not so... Okay, am I going to pay attention to media interaction in FM21? No. I'm still going to do the same thing. I really don't like that part of the game. I hate that part of the game. So, as I have given us media interaction, right? So, from what I can tell, there's going to be a knock-on effect. From what I can tell, right? There'll probably be a knock-on effect onto morale, right? Which is what's happening right now in the game, right? It has a knock-on effect on morale. My question is, during beta, I'm going to test that out. basically I'm not going to do anything for do the usual nonsense that I do, which is say the wrong things, or maybe even don't bother with media interactions, and see whether or not that has a big impact. Because I personally don't think it's going to have that big of an impact, right? There are things that are going to be going into the game from what I can see, which is like they have a new look for the match day experience. That one we all saw, right? Okay, so now what I'm thinking from the match day experience is, since the theme is we want to make it more realistic. Have you noticed the conversations they've been having with us? They say they want to try and make it more realistic. So they're going to try and make it more realistic. Means that certain things might not be available to us during the course of the match. So they're going to change a few things. I'm expecting to see changes in a few things. Like, for example, the UI, right? So they haven't shown us very much of the UI except for that match day experience. So what else has changed? Because at the moment, there's way too much information. Way too much information, right? Like, we see everything, right? If you want to do analysis after 15 minutes, you can. Like, hell, man. I can find out exactly what they're playing, how they're playing, what the key pass combinations are, how many passes are happening all over the pitch. All the information is all available to us. So some people might say that is unrealistic because managers don't really have that kind of information at their fingertips. So, very interested to see. I'm waiting for the next video to come out, man. They have to have a new video coming. Oh, okay, stop. No pass into space, no this. Let's control the match. We're playing at home, right? I just want to see. We just had a defeat. This is not the right time for me to go all harakiri. Right? We want to try and win this match. We're going to try and control this match. Comprehensive highlights. Let's 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 not be too eager too soon. I've been playing on key highlights. I haven't been giving myself. I've been very, key highlights can be challenging. But it's easier to play key highlights when you're on your own. Like you don't stream and stuff or commentary mode when you're on your own. Then you're just looking at things like this. Okay, so what do we do? Obviously, this team is defending. Okay, so what we do is we do this. We work the ball into the box. On top of that, I'll just put in the offside trap. I'll just go a bit higher. Let's work this team a bit. Make a change. The first highlight is us defending. Man, this does not look good. Okay, Samedo, thank you very much for proving me wrong. Come on, Murich. Don't take a sweet ass time. Okay, Hefele, the idiot, last game, right? I think it wasn't really his fault, right? It was the fullback who moved away from defending that position. Oh man, what a pass! He should have scored. But it was offside. Oh man, that was so nice. Ribeiro to Semedo, out to Carvalho. We're playing with focus play through the middle. Is that my wife going all like, can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? Can you do this for me? Honey, darling. Seriously? Yeah, that was my wife. I knew it. Honey, did you? Yes. One of Armand's this morning. Oh, shit! Oh man. One Armand's this morning, client's friends got tested positive. Did you have PT with Armand this morning? Yes. I gotta go for COVID-19 check. Was he wearing face mask? Yes. Was you speaking in? No, man, my wife is grilling me right now. Damn shit. Okay. Yes, he was wearing a face mask. Man, come on. Do I need to go? Okay, where can I go for a COVID check? Where can I go for a COVID check? I don't even have COVID shit, man. Please take. We'll update you on. Okay, on Armand's client. There. Can you ask Armand to go and do? Can you ask Armand to go do a test? Shit. So apparently my trainer, one of my trainer's friends, just got tested positive for COVID. Right. So I just had a workout this morning with him. But he tends to stay quite far away from me. He doesn't come too close. Yeah. And this is not good, man. This is such a freaky thing. Ah well, such is life. Semedo, on he goes to Cash. Cash, oh my goodness, we got Cash back in a fullback position? Oh, okay. Alright, so what have we got now? Okay, we're gonna go make a sub. Samba So is a 6.7. I'm gonna... Semedo is not that bad as a halfback. Position is 11. Samba So is a bit better at 13. So I'm gonna put Samba here. Semedo... I'm gonna leave Semedo alone for a while. Because I don't want Matty Cash playing on the right. Because every time he plays as a right back, right, I kind of get like a... my heart skips a beat, man. Okay. So basically we can't do yeah. So apparently I'll have to wait to find out if my trainer has got COVID-19. That's news. What a lovely world we live in. Ribeiro out to Cash. The good news is my FM21 book is I'm working on it right now. Quite a lot of information going inside there. Gonna have a whole new chapter on XG. And we're gonna be working on stuff, and then I'm probably gonna release it in 2 parts, right? So yeah. So for all you guys who are on Discord, yeah, you're gonna get news on the book very, very soon. Okay. Aggressive. See, all these team talks at the moment, too easy to fire people up. No, the whole damn team gets fired up. Okay, now let's come out with these key highlights. Yeah. So what have we got? We got a few players. I got Semedo. I'm gonna leave Cash there. So far there's nothing really happening on the right flank is in terms of us having to defend so much. Okay, Diaby is coming through. Oh, again, it's another penalty. Yep. Oh, the keeper makes a save. Oh, that's... Encourage the boy. That was such a great pass from Matty Cash across the face of goal. Oh, what a goal from Cash! And there I was thinking about whether to bring him off. What a goal from Matty Cash. He beats everybody and scores a peach of a goal. Look at this. This guy is running a bit funny though. Then he comes in and scores. Oh, the goalkeeper did really bad. I mean, the animation for the run was so silly. It's like, stop. Run, pause, run, pause, run, pause, run, pause, run, pause, run, pause, run, pause. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay, we can encourage the boys now. Carl Walker from 6.2 to 6.4. That's good. So I don't have to take him off. Lolly is not having a good game, so we're going to take him off. Right, he had a knock the last game. Bring on Zach Cloud, the youngster. Okay, let's get out of this. Let's win this match. Nottingham Forest 1, Luton 1, and we need to be much better. Okay, we bounced back from that defeat, beating Luton, but we're third. 50, Fulham, we're not catching Fulham. The perennial, yeah, they're gonna go up and come back down again the next season. Just watch. All right. So now we're playing Brentford away. This time around, Matty Cash scoring goals like that. Do you really not want to use him? I think I better not use him. As you can tell, I'm a bit distracted with news that my trainer got COVID-19. Not my trainer, my trainer's friend got COVID-19. So they're waiting for the friend, his friend's test results. I'm freaking out. Now Jenkinson, we'll put him back here. Matty Cash, where's Cash? I'm gonna put Cash here. So Sao is gonna be here for this next game. All right. Brentford against us. Comprehensive highlights. Da Silva. Okay, I'll keep it like this. Algit. It's a big mistake, you idiot. Yeah. Yeah, I want to control the game. Tempo is too high now. Something like this again done. Okay. I shouldn't be playing that low tempo settings against Brentford. Brentford, especially when they're at home, right? And to try and control some of the possession. You see, look at our numbers, only 33%. That's why I had to make those changes quickly. Norgard out. Oh no, this is not looking good. Oh, good blocks. Good blocks from the defenders. We just have to make sure that we make ourselves hard to beat. That's all. Again, they come in looking for options, and it's a free kick. The offside. Thank you very much. Let's get out of this. Let's go to extended highlights. Too much comprehensive highlights is not. It's not gonna help your game any. Oh, what a ball to Walker! He shoots. Ah man, we do know the Costa injured. We've got to turn to I think it's Tyler Walker. Yeah, Ganos. Again, we didn't change our set piece routines when I keep telling myself I need to add one more player back to help them defend. Good work. Well, can't get away. Canos, well, that's... Oh, that's a simple enough chance. Okay, we are trying our best to work our chances. Lolly. Oh, come on. Yeah, high tempo setting. So I'm going to drop my tempo a bit more. It's too high. Good work from the defenders. Oh, you sweet thing, Lolly. Okay, good. Control the match a bit more. You sweet Ribeiro. Off he goes to Diaby. Now to Jenkinson. Jenkinson inside the box shoots, but the defender was... his own player was in the way. Okay, they've gone attacking. Time for us to go pass into space. Okay, let's go. Let's go, boys. Racic. Norgard. Good work again. Good. Come defend this. It just happened in slow motion, man. I went for it, and they went for it, and they scored. Okay, so we got Da Silva. Does style of play depend on attributes the rest of the league? For example, I mean, attributes are relative, right? So your style of play doesn't depend on the league. It depends on the attributes that you have relative to the rest of the league. So if your attributes relative to the rest of the league are decent and good, then you can definitely play any style you want, right? But let's say you can tiki-taka in Vanrama National South, right? Because your team is good enough. Then if you go into the FA Cup and you meet Liverpool, then your tiki-taka will come apart because Liverpool is just going to have better attributes than your team and you will struggle to string any passes together. So everything at the end of the day is relative. Yeah. So that's something that we have to bear in mind. Do you think 4-3-1 can work for Liverpool? Yeah, it can definitely work for Liverpool. The current 4-2-3-1 that Liverpool is playing, the one with Jota, Firmino in the AMC role, and Mo Salah as the complete forward. Yeah, definitely. Only problem for Liverpool is if you look at the situation that 4-2-3-1 was forced on them by the situation that they find themselves in, right? So Liverpool have been. It's not. I don't expect Liverpool to be using the 4-2-3-1 the entire season, right? They are forced into a situation where they have to play the 4-2-3-1. So they have Jota on the left. They have Jota left or Mane left, and then they got Firmino middle AMC position, Salah up top, and then on the right it can be any one of them. Right? It can be Mane, it can be whoever they want to put on the pitch on the day. I'm getting a lot of notifications, man. Everybody is like now contacting me about the wonderful world of COVID. Jenkinson, come on. Finally, we got equalizer. My mind is so I'm so distracted at the moment. I have a question regarding attributes. The game weight them differently based on position of players playing on below the. No, the attributes are scaled. Okay, attributes are weighted or scaled depending on the league that you're in, right? Okay, not on the position, right? So say it's relative to the league that you're in, right? That's at the end of the day. So like, sometimes people tell you things like, oh, you can't use this guy as a complete forward. Well, the game, it says role suitability, meaning they want all these attributes to be decent for him to be playing as a complete forward. So that's what role suitability means. It means according to the game, in terms of the required attributes for that role, what the game thinks the required attributes should be, then that player might be short in certain areas. Now, this is where a lot of people seem to struggle. You have to understand what you want from that player. So certain areas of the game might be very good. Certain areas of the game he might not be that good. So you have to recognize the weaknesses of that player playing in that position. So this is where knowledge of the attributes and the part they can play in different phases of play becomes very important. Right? So that's the only thing that you should be worried about. So yeah, you don't have to worry about attributes so much. I mean, you should look at the attributes based on the league you're in. That's the most important thing. I played Trequartistas in lower league football because I want that role. I want that movement in the role. I want the guy roaming and I want the guy dropping deep. So what do I look for in a striker then who to play that position? Then I look for off the ball. That's all I look for. I look for off the ball because in the lower leagues, if he can make himself available for the pass, that's like half the battle done. Right, so that's the most important thing. Then after that, I look at things like first touch. Like, can he once he makes himself available for the pass, does he take control of the pass well? Like, can he hold on to the ball, right, and then find players around him? That's when I look first touch balance. So you gotta understand what each attribute does in the game, man. That should be fine. And you might have heard of people saying, "Oh, you can't use him as a complete forward in the lower leagues." That's just not true. Yeah, the game was not that rigid that you're forced into playing. So I've seen people go, "Oh, you're lower league, so you can only use target man and poacher." I'm like, huh? Really? So I was like, okay. So I start laughing. No, you don't have to. Yeah. Like this guy, if I wanted him to play as a inverted wingback, would I? In this league, the average attribute is the attribute that I need him to be at is at 13. Right? So this is the championship. 12, like basically. You need 12. 12 is the average. So what are the attributes that are important for him as a inverted wingback? The most important attribute will be decisions. He's only 11. So I don't think I can use him as an inverted wingback. Because he is. But I might take a chance because he's only 11. So he's one off, right? So you don't get penalized that heavily. Then I look at things like passing, vision, and decisions. Okay, maybe forget it, right? Yeah, I don't think I should use him as an inverted wingback because he'll be like the kind of inverted wingback that brings the ball, holds his position, and plays a simple pass to somebody. Yeah, his vision is just too low, right? So I can't really look at him to be that kind of a creative player that will do that for us. So you got to look at all the attributes individually and ask yourself, when you want to play him, what is your goal within the tactic? Yeah. So it's not that difficult. It's just that, you just have to take some time. Like, you got to understand, like, okay, within your tactic, what are you trying to achieve? That's it. If you can answer that question, right, you're done. You don't have to worry about the game anymore. Like here, I play Matty Cash as a Volante. A lot of people probably go like, shit, man, you're nuts. Can't be a Volante. If you look at this, he's not even suitable for the role. Like, what the hell, man? This guy's an idiot. He can't play as a Volante. What kind of a moron uses him as a Volante? It's the same people as make all that noise about Mesut Ozil can't be a libero. Okay, what does a Volante do? Volante goes up and comes down, right? Okay, let's just sort this out. Volante is a creative. He's also a playmaker. He moves up. He looks for opportunities. He's also expected to come back and defend. Now, when I play him, I know that he's going to create opportunities. His passing is not bad. His vision is not bad. His decision is not bad. His off the ball is pretty good. Okay, so he's definitely going to get up. He's definitely going to look for opportunities for his forward players. He's got flair, which means he can do the unpredictable. However, right, his defensive side of the game is just shit. Right, his marking, his positioning is not good enough. Right. So if I wanted to use him as a Volante, I probably would be taking a bit of a risk. So I had to retrain him into that position. But then I just make sure that this guy is a lot better. So I'm using Sao. Sao's positioning is 13. His work rate is 15. His anticipation is 13. His concentration is 13. So he is actually better defensively than the rest of the league. He is like on par. I could use him in the Premiership. So he is very, very good as a holding player because he's got the intelligence to know what to do. So this is a good partnership then. So that's how you play with attributes. So you have to understand which why you're looking at attributes in the way that you are, right? So that's the important takeaway. How should I tweak a 4-2-3-1 when facing a stronger team? Ask the guys here to help you come back in defense. So all you gotta do is do things like this: mark specific position, close out more, mark tighter, like these three things. This is what I'm doing in this tactic. So these guys always track back and try and cover the positions. You can also do things like opposition instructions. I've been quite lazy, right? So I haven't been doing opposition instructions for a while now. We've been winging our matches. So we've been really, really taking it easy with this. So yeah. Well, that wasn't a bad win, man. We beat Brentford. Nobody expected us to beat Brentford, but we did the deed on Brentford, man. We went away and we beat Brentford. The odds were not in our favour. This match was a match that Brentford was expected to win. But we, for some reason, were chatting away and left it to the boys. And Tyler Walker scored 2 goals on the day. He is playing really well as a striker. Right. So far, he's only made a few appearances because we've lost our top striker. Either he's transferred out or he's injured. I don't know which one of the two it is. Yeah, so Nuno de Costa. Yeah, he's available now. He's back. So we can use him in the next game. All right. That's not too bad. He's back. So Tyler Walker can take a chance. He can rest for a while, and then we will just do it like this. Brennan Johnson is not bad as well. He can play, so I'm gonna put him here. Okay, done. For our next match, we already got our lineup sorted. Do I have to respond to something? Go and talk to him, please. Just do the thing, do the deed, and I still have to respond. Okay. Whatever. I've never been too worried about saying the wrong thing to the players. Like if the morale of one player gets affected, worst scenario, if I don't really need him in the team, I can loan him out, of course. The worst thing, if you worry about him impacting the rest of the team, then what you do is you just shove him into the under 20s. All right. Yeah. All right, here we go. Next match. Is it good pairing halfback and regista? It depends on the players. It depends on what you want to do, right? You can pair a halfback and a regista, but it's like I have a very aggressive defense, right? So we're sitting a bit deep. You just have to understand what that role does. Like halfback is a very aggressive defensive holding player. He might go out of position once in a while, but I'm taking a bit of risks with this because this game has got a bit of like this risk reward factor inside there as well. So like, I mean, what if I've got Volante bombing forward, so I wanted a more aggressive role that will cover the area when he's not there. So I went for that option. What about Regista? Regista, maybe you don't need a halfback, right? Because Regista isn't as aggressive as the Volante. So with the Regista, maybe you can use a defensive midfielder. Even you can even get away with using a DLP as well, a DM, because a Regista is unlike a Volante. Yeah, Volantes are a bit more like they're gonna end up in the opponent's third and maybe at the edge of the box. Whereas the Regista, you won't see him doing that. Nice football, very intricate passing movements there going on to the boys. Okay, so Cash shoots. Yeah, there's only one way to manage a bunch of clowns. Seriously, I honestly, this game doesn't. Yeah, morale is important. Yeah, but it's not like you shouldn't do knee-jerk reactions to everything in the game. Like, oh my god, I don't know what to say. This guy wants to play. Should I make him play? I'm worried about his morale. Transfer list him. Or what I like to do is I shove them into the under 23s all the time. Really, seriously, if you're that worried, just put him in the under 23s. And then and loan him out. Like I do that all the time. That's what happened with what's his name? Nicolo Maffei from AC Milan. He had one game and he started developing an attitude problem after that, right? So he had one good game and he immediately insisted he needed a new contract. He needed to play all the time. And I'm like, what the hell? You just had one good game. I'm not going to do that. So he started becoming a bit of a problem at the club, right, initially. So I put him on, first I shoved him into the under 23s. Then after that, I put him on loan and Ajax took him. So I said, okay, good. Now you go and play for Ajax. The next season he came back. He was a different player. So you gotta learn how to, you shouldn't be worried about players, right? You shouldn't have to worry too much about the problem, their players. I mean, yeah. This is the one aspect of the game, as I may have, may not have made it very, I don't think you can do that in real life. I don't think you can get away with that in real life, man. Oh man, Callum Wilson from Bournemouth, what a goal. Do you ever use Trequartista on the flank? I have used a Trequartista on the flank before, yeah. I have once, in a different tactic. 4-1-4-1, use a Trequartista. He helps, yeah, it's not bad. He drops deep, but you kind of need a good fullback to cover that flank because TQ might go missing. Yeah, so if he goes missing, then you're in trouble. We made a mistake in this game. I knew it. Away from home, why don't I learn? He said, I didn't make a change. I should have played like this at the start of the game because I'm away from home, right? I should have gone in, be more concerned about keeping the ball, right? Making sure that I don't give away the ball. Instead, I gave away the ball too easily. Now I'm in trouble. I didn't pay attention to the game. See, I have this strategy when I play away from home, right? If I don't get possession, I always reduce the width, reduce the passing length so that I can control the game. At least I keep the ball. And then I worry about, trying to score a goal after that. I don't give the ball away. I was giving the ball away. Look at the possession numbers, 41%. What kind of an idiot plays a game like that? I paid the price. Wasn't paying attention. That was my mistake. So now I have to, hopefully bounce back. So what can I do now? Now it's like, the horse is already bolted. So you try to shut the barn door. It's a bit late, right? So you got to look out for small little things now. An idiot. Well, yeah, I'm thinking there might be a bring your tactics, but this news from my wife, I have to wait for that first, right? So I want to see what the plans are because, yeah. Fuck. I'm so pissed off. I mean, my mind is not even on the stream at the moment. Because it's very annoying that this guy I just went to do training and his client went and tested positive for COVID. Or is it not with it? Not his client. His client's friend tested positive, so the client has had to go and get themselves tested, the whole family. Which is a real pain in the ass. Well, we managed to pull one goal back. A bit late, right? This is my mistake. My mistake was I didn't start the game the way I should have started, which is if you want to control a game, I got Dick Steele, I got three tactics, right? I got the Dick Steele patient where I start the game and I suss things out. That's the way I should have started it, but I didn't start it like that. So I went straight in, the open one where I want to go for a goal. This Dick Steele version is the more let's go for goals because the opponents are attacking us and they're giving us lots of space. Stupid. In a deep 4-2-3, would Partey play better? So depends on the rest. No, Jimmy, seriously, it doesn't make a difference what role you give him, right? It doesn't. He can play well as a volante or regista. At the end of the day, the thing here is this, right? There is no such thing as a player playing better as a volante or regista, or a player playing better as a DLF or an F9, or a player playing better as a complete forward or a trequartista. There's no such thing. Anybody says that to you is just talking nonsense. Okay, that's just basically fuck all. Okay, it's a piece of shit. Okay, a player can only play well depending on the combinations around him. So that means whatever role combinations you have around him, that's when you get the best out of a player. So it doesn't matter if he's a volante, if he's a DM, if he's a playmaker, it does not matter. It's how you got those combinations to create the football that you wanted. That is more important. Then you get the best out of a player. So the best out of a player is actually it's how you build the whole house, right? So it's no point talking about, do I get a great house if I have a great window, right? That's what you're doing. Okay, what if this is the best window I put out there? That's what you're doing right now. You're looking at the window only when you should be looking at the whole house. Well, down 4-1 because I stupidly Simo. I was like, I should not. I approached this game wrongly. I don't like losing 4-1. I wasn't paying attention. I should not have lost this game. So whenever you do whenever you approach the game, it's the role and the duty, because you see the game, when you go to the game, right, you see all this, go to this player. This is a common mistake everybody makes in the game, right? They go here, they go to tactics, right? They come in here and they go like, okay, I have to play him as a ball winning midfielder. I'm gonna get the best out of him when I'm playing as a ball winning midfielder. That's nonsense. This all it tells you is role suitability. Now, if you think this is going to help you, wait till you get into the lower leagues, man. Then you're in a lot of trouble. Because in the lower leagues, probably everything is red. What are you going to do then? You see, this isn't important. This is the least important thing in the whole game. This is the most unimportant thing in the whole game. In fact, I wish SR would just remove this role suitability nonsense, okay? Because this is the most misleading thing in the entire game right now. Because people come in and they go like, oh, I don't know what role to use for a player. Then you're like, oh, the game says I should use him as a ball winning midfielder, therefore I should use him as a ball winning. No, that's not it. It's how you put all the roles and duties together. And then what does a ball winning midfielder need? Right? What does this role need? This role as a halfback. What does a halfback do? So this is what people should be doing. They should be looking at all the roles and duties and asking themselves how they're going to play. Now, this is an extremely aggressive side. Right, got wingback or volante. So these two guys are going to keep bombing off. One of the reasons why I'm using a halfback, right? Because I got these two roles which are very attacking. Plus they got an underlap, so it's going to shoot up even more. On top, I got focus play through the middle, which increases the mentality of the guys at the bottom. These two guys here. So I went for a halfback, right? Then we got a volante. The volante is going to keep bombing up and down the pitch. Now I'm using a really average volante here. I mean, I want to retrain this guy. So I've got to look at this player then. So the mental attributes for a defensive midfielder become very important. So you look at those attributes. So it's like how you link up the play. So when you, in your system, it will depend on all the roles and duties that you put here. And then looking for the right player who can play that role. Because you're going to ask yourself, I want to play a volante. When I play the game, I don't look at, okay, this is what I don't do, right? I do not do, and this is a very common mistake a lot of people are making. They go into the game and they go, you know what I want to do? I think this guy is a volante. Shall I play him as a volante? No, that's like, it's like saying I think this house needs a red door. Look at the whole house first. So how do you want this house to look? Okay, what kind of house do you want? I want a tactic. We've got a lot of flank attacks. Right? I want a very right-sided flank attack. I want to put a lot of pressure on teams defending. My team isn't very good down the flanks. So I want to put a lot of pressure down other teams' flanks so that they're always defending on their flanks. Because every time they attack me down the flanks, I want them to concede a goal. So I got this going on. Now, I also want to be able to bring the ball forward and look for a play. Because since I'm going to be sitting so deep with two DMs, I need somebody to be in a central position looking out for the quick counter attack, but he's going to do it from a deeper position. So what role do I go for? So I'm thinking the roles that are the best are probably the volante or the regista. That's it, because these will get into the other half. But the Volante will do it a lot more aggressively. But I can't use him as on an attack duty, because if I do, then I run into trouble. Then I also needed somebody to drop deep. Tracotista. Either Tracotista or an AM, which comes deep to get the ball. But why would I want to use an AM when I can have a Tracotista that does it naturally? Because the roll makes him drop deep. Okay, go for this. So I need off the ball. So now I got this link up play. These three guys are going to drop. He's going to drop. He's going to link up with this guy. And then this guy, because he's a playmaking Volante, he can unlock this side of the pitch. Because I got 3 attack duties. But I want him to always put pressure on the back line. I don't want to advance forward, because then he's going to run off on his own and do his own thing. But I got pressing forward, then pressing forward, put them under a lot of pressure. And I got inside forward, dropping into the half space. When he drops into the half space, it won't be too far away from the Volante. And because it's a Volante, he's going to be further forward. I need another role that keeps up with him, beside him. So I went for a wing back. See, this is how you should be thinking about your tactics. You should be thinking about space and how you're going to use the space. What a lot of people do is like, trust me, okay? Trust me. I've said this a lot and nobody believes me. Everybody has got this notion that, if the tactic worked in FM 17, now they got a new patch coming up, my tactic doesn't work anymore. The tactic didn't work because it was shit to begin with, that's why. Okay? If your tactic didn't work in FM 18 and it worked in FM 18 and doesn't work in FM 19, it's not the match engine's fault, it's your fault because your tactic is shit. You never did it correctly. You just dumb luck your way to a tactic. That's it. If your tactic is fundamentally of sound design, which has got the right roles in the right places, it will work in FM 21. 100%. Yeah, I think Matty Cash will be a lot better in FM 21, man. This guy is like a lot of fun, right? But he doesn't play at Nottingham Forest anymore. That's the only thing. Bloody hell, I lost. You know how angry I am having lost to Bournemouth. FA Cup, man. Shit. I know it's only the FA Cup, right? We got knocked out by a team that's in the Premier League, but I just don't like losing. Because I went into this game, wrong strategy, right? So I'm going to change this now so I don't make this mistake again. So I'm going to start like this now. That's it. Okay, keep it simple. So every single game, right, now I start like that. This is a safe start. Yeah, I gotta message my wife very soon. Yeah. Exactly. It's like exactly. This is what people are doing right now in the game, right? Don't worry about the role of that particular. How do I get the best role? Honestly, if right now you are not getting that player playing to his best, right? Chances are it's not the role that you chose. I mean, it probably is the role that you chose, but it's not a role in itself, right? It's not by itself. It's got to do with the link up play. Maybe the role is the right role, but you just chose the wrong duties around him. That's it. It's as simple as that. So we got these players there. And this is how it should be. I mean, like if, yeah. In fact, I'm very confident that most of my tactics are going to work, except for those tactics that were intentionally exploiting match engine weaknesses in FM20. I had a few tactics that I uploaded. I'm not going to mention which ones, but there are some of my tactics are intentionally exploiting the match engine weakness in FM20. That is what I think is a match engine weakness. I think that specific area of the game that the AI can't handle very well. Yeah. So I think I will have something like, if I'm not mistaken, I'll have something like 10 tactics ready to go when FM21 launches. That's my expectation. Because most, I think that Red Faro is okay. It should work. Liquid should work. Firefox should work. I don't know about Dark Side. I haven't tried. I don't know about Dark Side. Dark Side should work. It should work. I mean, I should just have to change the two roles at the bottom to give it a bit more security. Dick Steel should definitely work. Mane's Revenge should work. Maves should work because none of them exploited any of the match engine weaknesses. Yeah. All those tactics should still work. The liquid system should still work as well. Yeah. 4231 CM versus DM. Which one is better? Depends on what the CM's base one or the DM base one. It depends on what you have for players. That's all. Yeah. There's no such. It depends. Like they both are decent tactics. What do you have? What kind of players do you have? I'm forced into this because my players aren't that good. So I gone with this system instead. Nico Williams, are you available? You're fit. Okay, I'll let you play. Okay. Carl Jenkinson on the bench. Yeah. Okay. Jake Wright. Joe Worrell still injured. Derek Wah. Then we got Bolaikis. Okay, let's try this out. Okay, Costa is back, man. Figueroa. Okay. Ben Watson still injured. I mean, playing Galileo, I've seen tons of Barcelona games of this. So much. I know. Can happen, right? That's very annoying with Galileo. Galileo should be scoring a lot of goals in FM20. He should be scoring a shitload of goals. But it's very annoying because it misses a lot of simple tap in sometimes. Like rounding the keeper and stuff. Have you tried changing the combination up top? You can also change the Galileo combination to Target Man and Poacher. You can also do that. See, this is how I should start my games. Right? Control the game, control possession, and then go for it. Right? Then I don't have to worry anymore. Then the opposition will come and attack me after this. Right? That's when I go pass into space, go wider, lower the tempo. That's what I should have done. I'm so mad that I lost against Bournemouth. Really, I am. Because I just didn't do that. I'm so pissed, man. I almost smashed the monitor just now. Oh, this is good football from them. Okay, wait, hold on. Pay attention. Opposition instructions, where are you? Okay. This guy is getting away. Do me a favor. Keep an eye on him. Thank you very much. The two wingbacks got away. Notice that? So I gotta change that. Oh, almost. They were charging through the middle, man. They were charging through the middle, looking for an opportunity to put one more past Birmingham. Birmingham is a good side. We have to do a lot better. Oh, you sweet thing. Colin takes one, blocks. Good work from the boys. Oh yeah, Jimmy 9. Can you do a 4-3-3 with Liverpool 3 side? It's done that already. The 4-3-3 tactic is Liquid and Firefox. You can use both of them. They're in the folder. Did that early, man. It's the first tactic I did. I even have a tactic called Mane's Revenge. Obviously, there's a reason why it's called Mane's Revenge. I still remember that. Because that was it was the point in time when Mo Salah was when Mo Salah was getting all the attention and Mane wasn't getting any attention. So I created a tactic where Mane would score more goals than Mo Salah. Then I got one more where Mo Salah scores more goals than Mane. So it's like, yeah, it's there in the folder. Yeah, I've done that already. Okay, come on, DIB. Oh man, he just didn't have time to do a cutback. Yeah. Oh, another header. Ooh, come on. Control the game, boys. Cash Carvalho, back out to Ribeiro. Oh, it just checks it back to Semedo. Cash now. Cash is playing. I'm using Cash as a volante. That's daring, boy. But he can. See that? You see that now? When I have a halfback who knows his positioning, I'm not so worried anymore. Right. So I can afford to take the risk of playing Matty Cash as a Volante. But if I have somebody who's not as good, then I'm in trouble. But Semedo is nowhere near as good as Sambaso. Sambaso is a lot better. Semedo is still a bit risky. Okay, obviously something is wrong. Our reset has got Figueiredo, our defender, playing so high up the pitch. Is it because Mane? Maybe. Remember there was a point, right, where Mane and Salah there was a question mark whether they get along. Yeah, that's what I created the tactic, just for a good laugh. So I could get Mane could score all his goals, all the goals he wanted. Salah would end up being the creator in that tactic. Hey, come on. Ooh, ah. DRB. Man, Volante and halfback, how can it be too defensive? Volante is an aggressive playmaker from the back, right? I could have him on attack. Too defensive is like DM and halfback, man. That's really defensive. Or Regista and halfback, then it'll be also very defensive. Oh, come on, good block. I want a Volante. I want that player who can play the deeper attacks. Deeper, like, pass into spaces when we get a chance to. And the Volante is always, look at where he is right now. The halfback has come in to take over that position that he just vacated. You saw that? You saw how the goal was created? It was created by the Volante surging pass. Look at this. Look at this position, right? Okay, look at this whole thing here and tell me, that the Volante is a wrong choice. Where's the pitch? I don't know what happened, man. Okay. See what happens here. Okay. My Volante has moved all the way up to this position. See this position? This is where halfback is. This is why I use a Volante. Look at where he is right now to support play. The halfback comes in because the halfback is an aggressive role. And there's this thing in this game about space and how roles will utilize space as well. I'm taking a chance, right? Some people might say it's too aggressive. Yes, it is. It can be very aggressive. I've used double Volantes in a double DM system before as well, and that can be very dangerous, right? But I'm using a halfback because I needed somebody, especially if I want to use Matty Cash. I want to play with Cash. I need somebody who's a lot more aggressive and who is willing to step into the spaces. That will come with the halfback. Halfback is like a split between a playmaker and a defensive midfielder. It's like I don't know how else to describe it. See, now my halfback is here. This is why I love the halfback. Look at that. He's so deep. So you get a right player. It's a brilliant role to use. What is Matty Cash doing? He's just passing the ball to players. Okay, come, done. Alright, now we're going to take off and bring on... Semedo is not useless. Oh, sheesh kebabs. Ryan Yates cannot. Positioning of okay, maybe possible. Okay, we'll just use Ryan Yates instead of Semedo. Samba So is not available. Yeah, I might take off Cash though. I might want to see out this 2-0 win. Let's see how we do. Oh, damn it. Shit, I knew it. Oh man, come on. Don't be such an idiot. Corners. I haven't even fixed this. Okay, so you come back here. Because you're taking the corners. I should have fixed it, right? I just didn't want to fix it. So too lazy. Now the other substitutions coming out. I'm taking out cash. Oh, this is not good. I have to make a substitution. Can I bring him off? No, I can't. This is my mistake. Was bring out Ryan Yates, taking out Semedo. Should have kept Semedo on and taken off cash. No, I decided to be a hero. I'm really playing like a hero right now. Ah man, this is concentrate, boys. Okay, we could run into trouble now. I'm hoping that Matty Cash doesn't get us into trouble. It's a risk I'm taking with this. Okay. What's the key to good counter-attacking tactic? No, I mean, like, you don't have to play on attack. Mentality is just risk, right? So, if you can only do an attacking mentality, that's a bit off. The key to a good counter-attacking tactic is actually your line of engagement. Where do you? Oh man, shit. Where did you say your line of engagement? Oh man, I knew I made a mistake. Twice already. Making mistakes. Your line of engagement. You have to say your line of engagement correctly. Right. So that's basically it. Your defensive line will influence how far up the pitch your back line is going to support the attacks. Yeah, I'm going for it, man. I don't care. I have to try and win this game. I don't mind losing this game. I'm gonna have to try. Got 10 more minutes to go. We lost this. We lost a 2-goal lead because I took off the. See, I should have taken off cash, but I still took a chance, right? I kept on cash on. I took off Semedo instead of cash. My mistake. So you're looking at your line of engagement. That's the most important thing for counter-attacking tactic. And then of course, where are your counters going from? Where are your counters going? Like, are you like defending the left side and then using the right side to hit the counters? Stuff like that, right? So that's important. Damn it, we blew a 2-0 lead. Come on, we have a chance. Come on, boys. Manager screwed up. Manager screwed up this game. Do you think underlap will be better with the support detail? So look for instance, was on duty player will be further forward. Yeah, I guess when you have an underlap, just remember this, right? What does your underlap do? Your underlap also reduces the mentality of the role on the flanks. So you have to pay attention to the game itself. Sometimes you might even get, it's not, say, better if you have a support duty. It's more like, what do you expect to see? Like for me, I have an underlap on the left and the right? But I've got this attack duty here. Because I want this guy, because underlap could be this guy looking for inside runs. Could be him looking for the inside run. So he might play one out. So this guy is driving toward the box. I actually want him driving to the box. I want to have a second striker or a third striker inside the box. That's why I'm using this guy. So underlaps can also occur because this guy is looking for the passes inside. Is Calvin Phillips or Leeds more of a halfback or register in terms of, doesn't matter. I mean, I don't know. Depends on the tactic, I guess. It's not either one, whether it's a halfback or a register in FM terms. That's depends on what you want. He can be any role in the game. He can be a roaming playmaker as well. But it depends on how you want to set up your lead tactic. Yeah. You usually use a mid-block or standard engagement, high defensive line. Okay, that's you have your mid-block, standard line of engagement, high defensive line. Okay, that's fine. Then I think what's happening is have you tried hard tackling? Right, maybe an offside trap. Then you get a compressed area where you're trying to win the ball. And then do you have a player that looks out for those kind of passes? Do you have players attacking the spaces? If you want to use the flanks a bit more, maybe you want to go a bit wider. Then you're looking at your passing lengths as well. Using short passing or direct passing. Because you're using short passing, then everybody's on short except for the person that might be a playmaker. So where's your playmaker situated? Things like that. Just the small little things. Alright guys, I have to go and call my wife, right? Apparently there's this little drama regarding COVID-19 and the fact that I might have got it. Don't know. See how? We gotta make plans. I don't think I've got it yet, but apparently the trainer I was training with this morning, his client came back and has tested positive for COVID. So now my trainer has to go for his test, and if he turns into a positive test, then I have to go and do a check myself. So gotta discuss with my wife what we're gonna do now, because with kids around the house, it can be a pain in the ass. So I thank everybody for coming on today's stream. I'm sorry ever since I got a phone call, messages, my mind has been somewhere else. It's like, this is bloody conspiracy to keep me from streaming, right? So it's like, this is so bloody annoying. It is so damn annoying. So I want to thank everybody for coming in for today's stream. You guys have been absolutely fantastic. I hope you guys had fun. I hope I was able to share some stuff with you, and I'm looking forward to seeing what FM21 has to offer. You guys, please take care. Have a good one. Once again, I want to thank everybody for your support. You guys on Patreon, my patrons of the channel, especially you guys. Please, FM21, the book, I'm writing it up as much as I can. There's going to be entirely new section on. I mean, a lot of the stuff I've written. I'm not going to repeat a lot of the stuff that I did in previous books, right? So, I'm gonna have the book in 2 parts. I've updated the roles, book of roles. I've also updated team instructions as well. That it needs an update. So get done the team instructions. There's explanations on how you can use team instructions in different ways, especially things like underlaps, ball into box, things as well as the offside trap. And then on top of that, we've got have to focus on XG. Plus, based on recruitment meetings as well, there'll definitely be content regarding that as well, on how to use that effectively in the game. So all that stuff is all going to be coming out, and I'm releasing the book in 2 parts for you guys. So just stay with me and we'll get it done. So I want to thank everybody for coming into this stream. You guys have been absolutely fantastic. Phenomenal support. You guys stay safe, stay healthy. Don't let COVID fuck you up. Okay, you guys take care. Have a good one. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.